Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here, doing a review for the new gameplay trailer for Injustice 2. Kind of keeping in line with the E3 stuff, so I'm kind of just throwing everything all together right now. But just to start off, it looked really freaking sweet. We got to see 3 new characters in this, technically 2 new characters, because with the... I don't know why they did it this way, but when they released the initial trailer like 4 days ago, we got to see that Supergirl was going to be one of our new characters, and then with the gameplay trailer, we got more Supergirl. We got Atrocitus, which I thought was really cool. I don't know much about Atrocitus, but I know him from the... I think it's like the only Green Lantern specific cartoon that's ever really been made, but like the old 3D sort of CG one that they had on Cartoon Network around the time Young Justice was on. So when I saw him, I was like, sweet, and I at least know a bit about Atrocitus, so that was cool. Gorilla Grodd was cool. You know, he's like armored, he's armored up and stuff. So visually, everything looks sweet. We got to see more of the characters. Supergirl, I think, had my favorite moment. Just her intro, I thought looked amazing when she like takes the glasses off and then she takes off and it's like boom and she comes back before the glasses even drop. I was like, that just looks sweet. Like, I don't remember any of the openings from the old Injustice except maybe Flashes, because he runs in and then he like moves around, and I remember thinking he moves around like Bruce Lee to me because of the way he was like bouncing around and stuff. So I remember that. I think Nightwing comes in on his motorcycle, and that's all I remember out of all the introductions. So that's really it. But I thought that was a great introduction for her. We got to see a couple of the moves. We got to see her special when she's like next to the sun and she does the laser through like the asteroid field. We got to see a part of Batman's and a part of Superman's. I would assume a part of Atrocitus's as well, where he makes like the giant Red Bull, which Red Bull. I thought that was cool too. So I enjoyed seeing that. Of course, we got to see Aquaman. They love making Aquaman super sweet. Like, I know Aquaman has always had this stigma around him, and lately that's kind of gone away, especially for people that actually read the comics, and I don't, but I know he's gotten cooler because I at least look into what's happening in the comics. So with the last one, it was like, alright, they took the time to say, look, Aquaman's freaking sweet. Everybody kind of hits him as like the pansy. He's like, if you watch Robot Chicken, you know every time they do like the DC special, Aquaman is just like a pansy character in that all the time. But Aquaman can be super freaking sweet. He can bring in sharks and crap, and apparently mutated sharks now, because they upped the ante from the first game where it was like he brings in like a tsunami almost, and then everything is like a bunch of things brushing past you, and then a shark comes and hits you, and he makes a freaking whirlpool, takes you up, hits you with the lightning strike, and then like a mutated version of a shark. It was like watching a sci-fi movie mixed with the DC universe, and the mutated Sharktigator came out and ate him, and it was freaking sweet. So I was like, that's cool, love seeing that. Black Manta's in it, that's really cool. I watched a video by J. Roy, like just finished it, and he mentioned that maybe Black Manta, and I hope he's wrong about this, but he mentioned that during that scene when Aquaman's being hit by Black Manta, that it could be a special, but Black Manta doesn't look as rendered as Aquaman did, and he thinks that Black Manta might actually just be there as a stage transition. So I'm really hoping he's wrong, and he's saying like, you know, because he hits you twice, he hits him in the back and then he hits him down, which could be the transition to a new section. But I also thought like it would have to be like an underwater cave section or something as well. So I was hoping I hope he's wrong about that, because, you know, it's Black Manta is a badass character. So it would be cool if Black Manta is officially in it. Something else that J-Roar mentioned in his video where he's kind of analyzing the thing is that he thinks maybe, I totally forgot the guy's name, the boxer, I forgot his name, but he thinks that he might be in it. So I thought that would be cool if he was in. There's at least a reference to him in there. But, you know, we got 3 new characters officially announced. So we got Supergirl, which is cool. We didn't see any alternate costumes for her. They showed it with both Gorilla Grodd as well as Atrocitus. We got to see 2 costumes with them, but they didn't show us Supergirl. So something that, you know, has been brought up is that maybe they'll do something with, you know, how they've done kind of in the New 52, where Supergirl goes, you know, becomes a Red Lantern. So they might do that, and that might be why they stray away from showing her new costumes, because, you know, she was the first new character they show up, but we've still only seen her as just, you know, Supergirl. Like, Superman's like, no, we keep her in this category where she's just a good guy. So maybe that's kind of how they're playing it, and they don't want to show us too much of the story, which makes sense because if we saw alternate costumes of the heroes, then we'd know who is good on one Earth and bad on another Earth, because it would be like, oh, well, that costume is darker or whatever, so clearly Earth 2 Supergirl is evil. But we'll have to see how that plays out. It'll be interesting. I'd love to see if they do Power Girl. I kind of doubt it, but that would be interesting just because her whole thing is that she's just Supergirl from another Earth. So that would just be cool because they're doing Injustice. So there's a lot of speculation as to what they're gonna do with this because we've had the comics for quite a while now, and there's been a shirt that's kind of leaked out that's shown specifically two or three new characters actually. One was the Red Lantern, which has been officially announced. Another was Captain Cold's gun, so that's pretty exciting. And then the other is Dr. Fate's helmet. So that's really exciting as well. That's insanely exciting actually. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, and plus there's especially for people that read the comics, they know what those characters have been doing for. I heard they're on like year 5 or something crazy like that. So what those characters have been doing in between the games and stuff like that. So we'll see, once the story element comes up. But the main reason for me doing this is because I really want to know what characters you guys want to see. Because it's the DC universe. We've had so many characters. Oddly enough, I would like to see the DLC characters we have from the first Injustice implemented story-wise. Because we had like some great. We had like Lobo as a DLC character for like the definitive edition. I would love to see him actually integrated into the story. I think that would be awesome. We had Zatanna. I believe Batgirl was also DLC, and I want to say Martian Manhunter. I can't. It's been a while since I played the first Injustice, but I got the definitive version, so I had all the DLC characters. But I would love to see them in the game again, actually implemented into the story, because that would be cool. But as far as new characters, like a lot of people, I want Static Shock. I love Static Shock. I want Static Shock. They won't ever do this because they have Batman. But if for whatever reason Terry McGinnis somehow jumped backwards through time and we got actual Batman Beyond, even though he has like a costume that's very similar in the initial trailer, that's close to Batman Beyond because it's kind of red. It also looks a lot like the Arkham Knight costume, which I thought was interesting too. It's like they kind of blended them both together. But if that were somehow to happen and it was like, let's just, Terry McGinnis, Slender, maybe that could be a costume. I wouldn't care. It doesn't have to be the voice or anything. But if they like did the costume and he was like slender and stuff and it wasn't metallic, it was like just a full-on black spandex suit with the red, I would love that because I love freaking Batman Beyond. So Batman Beyond, Static Shock, those are like my two, and of course that comes from the old cartoons. But that's always an influence. It's like whoever you see most, that's kind of an influence. The two of them, everyone coming back from the first one, I would love to see if they expand the roster instead of swapping people out. That's my hope, is that they just flat out expand it. Something we did see once again from the trailer with the different costumes. And this is a bit of speculation in general, and like as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, maybe they'll do this, but it's NetherRealm, so coming off of, MKX, maybe we'll get to see the alternate costumes as alternate fighting styles, and that's why we get different costumes. With Batman, though, he has like 4 different costumes that they show, even in the trailer, so maybe some of those are DLC, some of those could be variations on his combat style. And I would love to see that. I think that would be really cool. That would allow for us to have different, just like charge meter moves. Maybe we'd actually get different specials, because in the first game that was a big issue. Is like they have one super move and it's cool to see like 3 times, and then it's like, all right, well, I've watched Superman punch a dude up in the air. Like that's, for me personally, it wasn't that entertaining to begin with, but it's like, I've watched him punch somebody straight up into the atmosphere and then punch them back down 18 times. We need multiple specials, so I'm hoping we get that in the next one, maybe 3, even if I would prefer it if it was 3 if they did, variations, but that would be cool. Maybe just have a bunch. I don't know if they pull it out like, Mortal Kombat, where it's like fatalities, maybe you get to choose, or something like that. I don't know. I mean, if you were choosing, most likely that would come from the variation stuff. But hopefully we get multiple like special moves. We got to see a couple of them. We got to see a couple of transitions as well. So got a couple of glimpses: Atrocitus, Supergirl, Superman, Batman. I guess they show like the screaming part of Gorilla Grodd, but we don't actually get to see it. And then of course we saw Aquaman's as well. But I'm looking forward to the game. Like I said, the main reason outside of doing a review for this gameplay trailer, I really want to know what you guys, what characters you guys want to see. Like I also want to know what you guys thought about the trailer. So please, put your comments down in the comment section below about your favorite things in the trailer. If there was something you didn't like you just hated it, well, you can hate how the characters look. That's been a big thing I've been hearing. People don't like how Superman looks. People don't like how Aquaman looks. Personally speaking, I'm not too upset, with the Superman thing. Aquaman, I kind of get it. I just don't really like how he looks. It's really like, he just looks weird. Like his hair looks weird. I noticed that. A lot of people think he should just look like, since they're doing the stuff with Jason Momoa, he should kind of look like him, which personally I think that makes sense, but I understand why they wouldn't do that because it's in the Injustice thing. It's like, oh, Aquaman, he's a totally different race now, even though it's the same, line in this franchise, or what they might make a franchise. So I understand why they wouldn't do that, because that technically wouldn't make sense, even if it linked to the DC movie universe. It wouldn't make sense within the Injustice universe, because they have the first game, but they also have years worth of comics, and then it's like, boom, race change. So wouldn't make a lot of sense. Maybe that'll be DLC, and they'll do that for the movies, and all the characters will have movie costumes. Kind of like how Injustice, they didn't have it for Flash because Flash wasn't out yet, but Arrow has like a DLC where it's, it says the Arrow, and even his voice changes. It's still the same voice actor. It's not Stephen Amell that does it, but he does like a deeper version of the voice. And I was like, that's a really cool. I thought was an amazing touch for DLC, because they could have just done the costume and he has the same voice, but they actually made it where if you pick the Arrow, the voice is different. So that was actually really cool. So maybe they'll do that. Who knows? Maybe they'd actually get, Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin in for this one, and if you pick the Flash from the TV show, or Green Arrow from the Arrow show, maybe they'll have them actually do the voices, which would be cool. That would also be like insanely expensive to pay them and actually have them like come in, which I assume is going to be somewhere in California. So probably won't happen, but that would be cool. That'd be a nice little thing. Technically, it's they can just sit down in front of a mic and do that, but But I like the trailer. Very excited to see what other characters we get. With it being like the very beginning of E3, I like to think we'll get more info throughout the week. I don't think it'll just be this one gameplay trailer and then we're done. My hope is that we will get to see something else, but you never really know. I mean, there might be some random gameplay stuff. There has already been gameplay footage released, so I haven't seen that just yet. I know they did something on the 11th, which was like yesterday. So I don't know if they've shown any other new characters or anything like that. I haven't seen it myself, but I'm looking forward to it. Dr. Fate should be cool. Captain Cold has me curious if they'll do maybe some of the other rogues, something like that. Just how they're doing the story in general has me curious what characters we're going to see. Obviously, we have Supergirl, Atrocitus, Gorilla Grodd, so they're implementing it into the story, since they've clearly been introduced. So there's a lot of questions as to who's going to be showing up. The shirt that I saw had like Harley Quinn, so she's coming back. Wonder Woman, the trio, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Green Lantern's coming back. There's a lot of, there's multiple versions of some of these characters, because some people died, some people didn't die. Some people that were bad on Earth 2 became heroes at the end of, the first Injustice. So there's a lot of stuff they can do with that, and they kind of did it with the first one. It was like, I don't think we even play as Earth 1 Flash at all in the first Injustice game. So there's a lot that they can do with that. But like I said, I'd love to know what you guys thought about, this trailer. What characters you guys want to see from this new game. Like I said, Static Shock, Batman Beyond. My girlfriend, when I showed her the trailer, first thing she said was, is Starfire in it? I would personally love to see Starfire as well. I'd love to see all the Teen Titans, but, so far we just got Nightwing, and, that's pretty much it. So, maybe I would love to see Starfire in this. Beast Boy would be cool. Raven was also, if I remember right, Raven was DLC for the first Injustice game. I would love to see her implemented into, or actually, no, I think she was in the story because there's some line of dialogue in there somewhere where Cyborg's like, we used to be a part of the Teen Titans. That might have just been an intro actually, but I think Raven was DLC, so they might as well, two extra people if they keep Cyborg, Nightwing, and Raven. Just throw in the rest. Give us Starfire, give us Beast Boy. Maybe if they wanted to answer some sort of prayer, throw Terra in there because I've seen a bunch of mods where people have made like Static and Terra and stuff like that. So maybe do that. Lots of different characters I would love to see. But if I had to pick my two, it's gonna be my cartoon favorites, and it's Static and you know Terry Batman. So I would love to see them, but I would love it if Starfire was in. I'd like to see how they do her powers because of the kind of projectile stuff, and how they would kind of balance that out. Where you have like Superman and Supergirl who have like the laser beams, but then you have someone like a Green Lantern who can easily do projectiles. And laser beam is really simple, but you have those similar projectiles, so it's just a lot of balance in there that they'd have to work out, and that's probably a determining factor as to how many characters we see or which characters we see, because it's like, well, we're gonna have Superman, Supergirl. Would we ever see Superboy? Something like that. So it's like he can't fly or shoot lasers. He just has super strength. So why? It's kind of like, why would they do that? Unless they found a way to give him like really great powers or a great balance as to what he could do as a fighter, just little stuff like that. So you got flyers, and then you have projectile flyers, and so would they add Starfire with all these flyers they already have, little stuff like that. So I would still love to see her. That would be great. Throw Beast Boy in so we have all the Teen Titans, just because it's really freaking sweet. Like I said, I would love to see Lobo actually implemented into this story. All the DLC characters. If they're doing Dr. Fate, they probably would bring back Zatanna. Depending on how they do it, I'm thinking Young Justice style, where Dr. Fate is Zatara. So that's what I was thinking of, but it's not always the case, depending on how they want it. And I have no idea how it is in that comic, so it's probably not him. But I don't know. There's just a lot of possibilities. I would love to see my couple of characters. My main hope, more than anything else right now, though, is that they keep every character they had, because I kind of hate when games do that, even though I know why they have to, because sometimes it's time, sometimes it's just, generally it's just time, or money, because of time. But I would like it if they just kept everyone they had, including the DLC characters from the definitive version, keep all of them, and just add to it. But knowing how games generally play out, we don't get that all the time, where it's like, yeah, we just kept everybody and just added 18 characters. That just doesn't happen. It's very, very rare. So I would like that, but unlikely. But like I said, want to know what you guys thought about this trailer, so please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.